Welcome to the conversation today, where we dive right into a script that feels like a wake-up call. It's like nature and politics colliding, right?
Yeah, definitely. The script is striking in its delivery, talking about cities underwater, people stranded on rooftops. It's almost cinematic in its urgency.
Exactly. It starts off with a scene that's not just about the ground shaking, but cities literally being swallowed by floods. Terry, Coffs Harbour in Australia, 48,000 people cut off, 23,000 homes affected.
Yeah.
It paints a picture of real crisis.
And, when you think about entire communities facing that uncertainty, it's sobering. Those families waiting on rooftops, that's an image that sticks with you.
Right. And then it takes us across the world to America, where tornadoes, are ripping through the Midwest. Homes are gone, power lines down, parents clinging to their lives. It's like nature is reminding us how fragile our safety actually is.
Absolutely. It really contrasts the unstoppable fury of nature with our everyday distractions, doesn't it? I mean, while we're often too busy with our screens, these disasters are out there reshaping lives.
Yeah. And then the script shifts gears quite dramatically to um, political controversies. New York is mentioned with Andrew Cuomo now under investigation. The very same Cuomo who was once linked with support during the pandemic. Now he's caught up in whispers of corruption.
Right. Exactly. It's almost like a plot twist in an already intense drama. I mean, how do you reconcile the public's shifting trust when someone who was praised can suddenly be under fire?
It really makes you question the narratives that drive our media. And right after that, we get this brutal segment from Tennessee about Oscar Smith. The guy was minutes away from an execution 3 years ago, and now his fate is literally reset with no reprieve, just a slow march toward death.
Yeah, that's heavy. It's dark, man. It's a stark reminder that while some issues become tabloid fodder, real lives are hanging in the balance.
And then, shifting scenes again, we get into international turbulence. India's on high alert with heavy rain warnings across 10 states, new storms over the Arabian Sea, cyclones, landslides, and a whole lot of chaos.
Absolutely. Right? And think about it. Schools closed, roads blocked, millions living in fear. The script makes it clear that nature is, constantly warning us about our vulnerability.
Yeah, it's like every natural disaster, whether floods or cyclones, is a call, a reminder that we can't just scroll away from these tragedies.
Right, exactly. Speaking of scrolling, how about the section that delves into the distractions of modern society? I mean, while these crises unfold, people are switching channels to watch baseball. Cubs versus Marlins, Yankees versus Rangers. It's a real jolt to realize what our priorities are.
Yeah, it's almost a brutal juxtaposition. In one moment, someone's life is collapsing. In the next, we're laughing, cheering, or just zoning out at a game. It makes you, wonder, are we paying attention?
Very true. Absolutely. It's like there's this overarching question. What's our real headline?
Exactly. The script nails it by asking, are we paying attention anymore? While, disasters and scandals are all around us, the distractions keep us
Couldn't agree
glued to
more.
trivial entertainment.
Yeah, and it's not just about entertainment either. There's a political angle too. Look at India. The Congress Party is, accusing major media voices and BJP leaders of launching a false campaign. They're filing FIRs and essentially trying to shut down what they deem as propaganda.
Right. It's like politics, natural disasters, and the sensationalism of our era all blend together in one turbulent mix. It's a
Yeah,
bit
really.
overwhelming, honestly. And I think that really is the heart of the matter. The headline isn't just about a disaster or a scandal, it's about our collective apathy. The script points out that while you might be browsing, someone is losing their home. While you laugh, someone is losing their freedom.
Exactly. It's a call to focus on what truly matters. I mean, with all these competing narratives, it's like, how do we sift out what's truly significant?
And it's like the script says, this world is loud, but truth, it whispers. That contrast is what really hits home. The loud noise of sensational headlines versus the quiet, often unnoticed suffering.
Right, very thought-provoking. Sure is. And the way the narrative moves through different crises, from environmental to political, it really forces us to confront the idea that these aren't just isolated events. They're all interconnected.
Definitely. It's like we have this global tapestry of disasters and controversies that, when you really look at it, paints a picture of a world that's rapidly spinning out of control.
Yes, exactly. And the use of irony in the script, comparing major human tragedies to, say, a baseball game, really underscores the disconnect between how we perceive news and what's actually happening.
Yeah, it's like, how can we be so engrossed in the game when real lives are in peril? There's a bit of social critique there, challenging us to rethink our priorities.
Absolutely.
For sure. And I appreciate how the script doesn't pull any punches. Every segment, from Australia's floods to America's tornadoes, from political scandals to courtroom dramas, feels designed to jolt the listener into awareness.
Right. It's raw and unfiltered almost. But I wonder, don't you think sometimes there's a risk of overwhelming the audience? I mean, with so many crises thrown together, could it lead to numbness instead of action?
That's a good point. I mean, it's like you want to shout, "Wake up," but if you're bombarded with these images one after the other, it might just paralyze you.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Exactly. It's a delicate balance, engaging the listener without making them feel utterly hopeless.
True. But I think the script manages to do that by ending on a note that reaffirms our responsibility to listen, to acknowledge, and to actually care.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it kind of leaves you with that lingering question. With all the noise and distractions, what are we really focusing on? It almost feels like a personal challenge to each of us.
Yes, indeed. And as we reflect on these different facets, environmental catastrophes, political upheavals, media controversies, there's this undertone that everything is interwoven. Our indifference in one area might be the very reason we miss the urgency in another.
That's spot on. And that's what makes this script such potent material for, stirring up a meaningful conversation about our times. It's not just a rundown of events, it's a mirror held up to society's priorities.
Exactly. It's like a snapshot of a world caught between overwhelming crises and fleeting distractions, urging us to be more aware, more connected, more human.
Right, very human indeed. And I love the poetic twist at the end. This world is loud, but truth, it whispers. It really encapsulates the idea that amidst all this tumult, there's a subtle call for introspection and awareness.
Yeah, it's that whisper that if we listen, might just save us from our own complacency. The script challenges us to actually notice the underlying realities rather than getting lost in the spectacle.
Absolutely. So, in a world full of distractions, maybe the real act of rebellion is to pause and truly listen to that whisper of truth, rather than letting the noise drown it out.
Right? Oh, yeah. And that's the essence of what the script is getting at. It's a call to action and a reminder that while headlines might scream, the real human stories are often quiet and plea for our attention.
Exactly. Well, thanks for this deep dive. It's a lot to process, but necessary. This conversation really makes you think about what's truly important, doesn't it?
It really does. So whether it's devastating floods in Australia, raging tornadoes in America, or the bitter tang of political scandal and media warfare, we're all urged to listen closely because silence can't drown the truth.
Right. Couldn't have said it better. And on that note, let's keep our eyes open and our hearts engaged. Because while the world may be loud, it's the quiet truths that need our attention the most.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in and for the engaging discussion today. Keep listening to that whisper.